I'm empathetic to a fault sometimes, which sucks at the hospital because I kind of have to turn it off because it's just like emotion overload to be kind of the bleeding heart that I can be sometimes. I'm either really empathetic and in tune with how people are feeling, or I'm really aloof. And with my friends, I tend to be the former. So I can tell if they're like getting off the phone, and I won't listen to their call. That's their business. But like I will be attuned to the fact, like if their demeanor changes or shifts or like their disposition takes a hit or something, and I'll be like, hey, you good? Like, do you want to talk about it?
Right.
You know, that kind of thing.
You're a good friend.
I try. Well, and also too, so Harper's angry with her because she's like, you're with Dean, and she was on board with their relationship and celebrating that. They're 3 months, 2 months, 2 days, 2.5 months, 2 days, and whatever.
3 periods or something.
3 periods, yeah. And so she's saying like, you shouldn't be hanging out with Ronald that's cheating on Dean, and she, especially not in her kiss or clobber radius, which I really like that. It reminds me of in school of my Southern Baptist upbringing where they were like, you got to leave room for Jesus, you know? And
but then she has a moment, and you're like, well, I'm not doing that because I'm here to give my friend a hug.
Yeah, I'm not going to study for my history final because we got to work this out.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite things about the Harper and Alex relationship because they just were, even though Alex could be sardonic and like witty and sarcastic about Harper, and I mean, with Harper's upbringing, that was fine. It just rolled off her back. But they were just, at the end of the day, they loved each other so dearly and were so supportive of each other. And I love that about the Harper and Alex relationship. But I have a question for you. So Google.
Yes.
So it's kind of this gray area for Alex, at least with Ronald, because she's like, it wasn't a date. I'm not cheating. And Harper's like, yes, you are. Have you ever cheated, or what to you is the definition of cheating?
Oh God, Jesus, Jen, what the fuck kind of question is that?
I know, it's a rewatch podcast about a kids show, fellas and ladies.
Okay, so I'll just give it to you. Why did you ask me this question? So there's
it's
an old
about,
friend I was hanging out with who was guiding me and helping me through. You know, I had a therapist, and I was working on all this stuff to try to make my relationship okay. You know, and I was like falling for her, and we started kissing, and I was like, oh shit, I'm doing now exactly what, you know, the other one's doing, the one I'm in a relationship with. So I stopped that. Yeah, good. And then I filed for divorce.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know,
best decision of my life.
Sometimes though, you have to ask yourself, because I mean, temptations out there, and I can only imagine. I've never been in a relationship longer than 3-something years, but which I don't know what that says about me. But I think you have to kind of reflect and go, okay, what is missing in the relationship that I'm looking for in outside places?
Listen, I've been cheated on. My first girlfriend, we talked about this, and my wife and other people had cheated on me, and it just sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks.
It's not okay.
I had said
so technically, because I kissed her, I was cheating, and I was still married.
I even think and I know people feel differently, but like I even think like having a like open emotional connection with somebody is even almost cheating. Worse. I was talking to a friend about this, about how sometimes that's worse because it's like, I think there's a misnomer about like guys and sex and all this kind of stuff and physical, and they're animals or dogs or whatever, which I think is a little black and white. And I think men and women and humans are more nuanced than that. But emotional cheating hurts more, I think.
Well, I mean, in movies too, they're like, you slept with her. Do you love her? Do you want to be with her?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Are you in love? You know, like that's a big thing. Moving on to the episode, Jen.
Sorry. So, and this is Harper tries.
This is Jen Stone putting David DeLuise on blast.
I'm just trying to like make it. Okay,
it's hot.
I'm sorry. You don't have to answer anything I ask you.
I want to be truthful with you and tell you the thing, and that was the truth. That was my truth.
So she says she's going to put off her history final to help because her best friend needs her. They hug.
Which is really
so they're
sweet.
trying to help. She's trying to help Alex make Ronald go away for a long, long time with her uncomfortable stare. And this is the first episode with Harper's stare that comes back throughout the series.
It's amazing because it's piercing. I'm going to try to do it. Are you ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
For people who can't see, I'm leaning back. I'm putting my eyes to the left, but looking to the right.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
I'm exhausted.
It's kind of a Gloria Swanson of like, I'm ready for my close-up Mr. DeMille.
Exactly.
Kind
That's
of
what
like,
it is.
Kind of
it's
like,
so funny.
that sort of thing. All right, so we're back at Wiz Tech. Justin's making a deal with the child executives of Wiz World Industries. As long as Justin lets them put up signs around the school to advertise Wiz Tech products, that's the deal. They'll help them clean it up.
I have no idea about advertising or things. I thought I was taller. Yeah, I don't know about.
and smash that follow button. But as long as Justin lets them put up signs to advertise Wiz World products, and it allows them to play in the plastic balls because they're all child executives.
Right, but wait a minute. Let's go back to he's in a nice suit. Yeah. He looks great in that suit. Yeah,
well, he's having a very serious meeting with the executives.
Right.
Which one of them, by the way, is Noah Monk, who also plays Timmy O'Hallahan in Noah Monk plays Timmy O'Hallahan in Wizards, but he plays Gibby in iCarly.
And he was like the lead kid going,
lead
so
CEO.
Can we play in the balls? Can we play in your balls? Which I think is so funny. It's very much like Sweaty Balls on Saturday Night Live, where Alec Baldwin,
with Molly Shannon and Anna Gasteyer.
My balls are so nice and soft, and they're sweaty balls. You like the sweaty balls? That's his last name is it's dessert.
I prefer them clean and well kempt. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay. All right. Later on, Dean, or what we think is Dean, dun dun dun, comes.
I hated this. I didn't know, Jen. I didn't know that it was not Dean. I didn't know. I forgot.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
well, you weren't in that scene.
Well, it was funny that they were breaking up over text, which
right in front of each other. He's on the Sidekick. She's on the BlackBerry. Very 2008.
And they're texting each other, standing in front of each other. But like my youngest daughter got broken up over text. And I was like, that's not okay.
It's the worst. Yeah, it's like the Post-it. I mean, get out of here.
This was like the OG breaking up over text. Yeah. And funny that it was in person. You know?
When Alex even has
it's like, whoa, what are we doing?
Yeah. Like, we're right in front of each other.
But I was so sad.
I know, because they were a good match.
But then,
because they're both not good test takers.
Right. Not a good test taker, huh?
Yeah.
But the thing that I had said to you in the past, which I now am wrong, I said I didn't think there was ever a scene just outside that front door in the hallway.
There was a few.
Okay, well, this is one of them.
Yeah.
Where he comes out and he's like, morph back into, himself.
Yeah.
And then you're there.
Which, okay, there's a moment in the entryway that bugged me. Before the stair, where he's having the flashback thing, which I understand for exposition, the audience has to see.
Which I rewound several times because what happened was they did like a water effect, right? So we didn't really do that a lot on the show. No. Like usually you watch things chronologically.
Yeah.
So he has the little
he has the actually I'm evil at flashback of when he's getting Dean into the kitchen in the sub shop. And he tricks him and puts him into, and what is the
Jello.
Piggly Wiggly get the jiggly?
Yeah.
To put Dean in the block of jelly, and then he impersonates Dean
Jello.
to break up Jello. Yeah, but I think we say, because we couldn't say Jello because it's a brand on the show, so we said Wiggly Fruit Dessert or something like that.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It's in part two. It's in part two. Stay tuned, guys. But my question, the thing that bugged me was, I'm like, so is he revealing to Harper that he did this? Is this just for the audience and the Disney Channel looked the other way? Because she's standing right there.
But it's for me. Yeah. It's just for the audience. This is what happened.
So he's just thinking about it.
Wait, he turned into Dean and now he's not him. Where's Dean?
So it's the thought bubble.
Yeah. And that's what I'm going with.
And then Harper tries to use the uncomfortable stare on Ronald.
Tries. It works. You uncomfortable him right out of there.
Just making him very uncomfortable.
I just got uncomfortable.
Good. I'm very good at making people uncomfortable.
Wait, let me see it again. C&P.
It's there, Alex. All right. So that night, after Harper makes Ronald Jr. very uncomfortable, Alex goes with Ronald to the torch of the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
And she's upset over Dean. I mean, even though they've only dated 2 months, 2 days, and 3 periods, like that was a very significant relationship for her. But Ronald tells her, of course, to conveniently forget about it. Then moves to the stars in the sky to spell out a question, which was very classic, like high school, of like check the box, like me or don't. I think I had done
that one time to someone where we used to write on papers and we'd fold it up and then pass it, and we'd pass the note. And if you got busted, you got busted. But
and then everybody heard about the note.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you like me? Check the box. Yes, no, maybe or whatever.
Yeah. Did they like you? when you did it? You can't remember.
I don't know.
It's
I can't,
fine.
I
Just
can't
say yes.
remember.
Just say yes.
Yes, of course. I got a yes.
Yes, I got a hell yes.
And then he, well, I'm glad you project yes. And she's like, why are you
talking
saying it like that?
Yeah.
Which was so odd. That was so on the nose and hard for me to have Alex just kind of fluff that off.
The Disney.
Yeah.
What? Well,
And
look over there.
He did that twice, right?
Yeah, he did that because he says he's weirdly overjoyed that she's lost Jean and starts to act strangely, using an evil voice to say how perfect everything is, and it's nothing. She assures her that it's nothing, right. Alex, when she's like, "What are you doing?" And then she says that it's a good thing. It's more perfect than you will ever know, is what he says. And she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
yeah. Well, no, she doesn't say what the fuck at the second one.
No, she says exactly that verbatim.
What the
fuck are you doing?